Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph. This is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I did it right this time. No tongue twister this time. Okay. I think 2 episodes ago we had this nightmare and it gave us a message to speak to a priest. We are back at the Defender's Heart, by the way. I rested, I sold off all the loot, I purchased some scrolls which I hope will help us ward off some of those spell effects. We'll see about that, we'll see how that's gonna go in the future. Whenever I sleep outside the walls of the Defender's Heart, I'm plagued by terrible dreams. Can you help me? The priest studies your face carefully. You look tired, but otherwise entirely healthy. If we were anywhere else, I would simply tell you to get some rest. But we are on the border of the world wound, and I'm all too aware of what's happening to you. As you know, the wound is a rift between Golarion and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite in our world. It feeds on Golarion. So it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the World Wound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. But we are trained to help you with this affliction by the will of Abadar. I have consecrated an altar here. The god's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting thoughts during rest. So if you find your nerves are fraying, seek out a holy place like this, approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. In any case, we have new companions, one of whom is in my bedroom. Ember, you have an explanation? So as is custom, we need to speak to them. The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent by the standards of their long-lived folk. A childish, carefree smile plays on her face, and her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Terrible scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulders, observing you with its clever black eyes. Tell me about yourself, Ember. Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. The River City, also known as Kenabres. Why do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mom and Dad called me Dove, Cricket, Kitten. Dad called me his ray of sunshine. When my mom was cross, she called me by a long name, a grown-up one. Can't remember it, so no matter how hard I try. Then, when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names, like Ember or Torch or Smoky. I don't know why. They called me Bird Brain because I have a crow. They called me Lucky 7 because of my fingers. The girl raises her hands. The middle fingers on her right hand and the 2 smaller fingers on her left are missing. They sometimes called me Grilled Meat and said I was stupid, but I didn't feel hurt. I mean, they're right. I really am silly. They didn't mean to hurt me. I like Ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside they're grey and cold like stones, but they're warm inside. You can blow on them and they'll start a fire, help you survive a cold night. That's wonderful, isn't it? Ember, it is. So where are you from? From far away, from the flower country. It's so beautiful there. Everywhere there's flowers blooming, golden towers, waterfalls. And everyone is like me, with pointy ears. There's no round-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. We lived there together, me and Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad argued a lot. Dad used to say all the good people should go on a crusade, fight the demons. Mom said he was silly, because it was so far away, none of our business. That he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me, he took me along. He said I was born the same year that the hole to the demon world opened. He said it was a sign that I would be one of the heroes to close it. Of course I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. Here we go again, being blunt. Where did you get your scars? Yeah, and who took your fingers, huh? Oh, it happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the World Wound to heal it. He said that the Crusaders were the best people in the world. Together, we were going to win. But when we arrived at River City, the Crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad. Decided to burn us at the stake. Dad died, and I cried so loudly that one good night realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling at the other Crusaders, even the one in charge. Then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared them away. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. I'm still alive. Few fingers missing and my skin is funny. I've lived in the River City ever since. Never had my own house, but I had many friends. And then the demons came and I met you and, well, you know what happened after that. And that lynch mob called themselves Crusaders? For shame. People always call themselves pretty words, as if calling oneself a paladin or a commander is enough to stop you from being a poor, frightened sinner. There was one true knight there, and the others came to their senses at last. Do you worship any deity? Probably a fire elemental, haha, badumts. Dad taught me to pray to Iomedae. He said she was a kind goddess, and she called people to crusade against evil. The knights who burned my dad and me worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her. She did nothing to help us. Then one kind knight alone, without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same as us. They don't understand anything, and they're scared of everything. So they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they're afraid of being responsible for themselves. Oh, hear, hear. And the gods listen to the praise, and they become smug and arrogant, and begin to believe that they're better than us. They're no better. They're silly sinners, just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods, different ones, the good ones, the bad ones. I ask them to stop fighting, hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me, but if they do, I mean, the knight who wanted to burn me, he was able to change his mind, do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. Yeah, that is naively optimistic, I would say. How did you survive on the streets? There are many good people in the River City. When I sang for them on the street, they'd often give me coins or bread, sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it's safe to sleep, where I could get out of the rain and cold, where I could find discarded things. When the demons destroyed the River City, I looked for my friends, but I found no one. Probably all died. The homeless have no supplies or weapons or basements to hide in, and the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They're saving the world after all. What do they care about the homeless? And where did your magical powers come from? These tricks, I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma, and before that his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she'd left food for me, or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep. But if I open my eyes, there's no one near. She also sent me Soot. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. It appears that the girl doesn't know who exactly gives her these powers, but you can guess from the words that her patron is Andoleta, a powerful Archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. Okay, cool. So you're always so cheerful, Ember. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we're surrounded by such horror? Hope? No, hope is a lie. What should we hope for? The world is in the hands of demons. The gods can't help, or they don't wanna. Or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they're about to be eaten by demons, but still they quarrel with each other, and fight and steal. There is no hope, only us. We'll have to win without hope. It'll be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle, which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choice do we have? We'll work a miracle and win because we have to. Okay, that is one cheerful and at the same time very sad story. Let's see if we can find our other companion, who's, of course, on the stage, probably performing research. Boy, am I pleased with you. I asked you to bring me to safety, and this is exactly what you did. Indeed, having a follower to aid me is the most efficient and frankly pleasing. With you on hand, I shall conquer new horizons, plumb the depths of knowledge hitherto unknown, and scale the dizzying heights of future discoveries. What I mean is, I like to express my deepest gratitude. I foresee immense potential in our future cooperation. I'm happy to help, I guess. Hand in hand, we will unravel the greatest mysteries inaccessible to the minds of ordinary people. Just imagine it. I leading the way, proudly staring into the faces of the gods themselves, and you, my loyal follower, walking behind me every step of the way, writing down my deepest thoughts and admiring the profundity of my intellect. I feel like this character is going to be incredibly annoying to deal with. Might be very useful, but I'm guessing incredibly annoying in conversations. Do you always express your delight so effusively? What? Who are you? Oh yes, my new follower. So what am I supposed to do? Oh yes, I must provide some verbal encouragement for your as yet modest achievements and try to induce you to strive for more of such encouragement. That is the principle that underpins any training. I see. Your modest nature was unsettled by the overabundance of my gratitude. I do apologize for putting you in such an awkward position. I will never praise you again, unless I forget. But let's get back to the business at hand. Your new assignment will be to take me to the inconspicuous ruins that are located in an even more inconspicuous valley, lying between Kenabres and Dresden. As soon as it's reasonably practical, I'll mark the place on your map with a large red cross, so you won't forget. What's so special about these ruins? Glad you asked. This is my greatest hypothesis, my secret project, and I won't pass up the opportunity to share it with you, because you are my most loyal follower. You are worthy of possessing such knowledge, and also because you're the first person to ever ask me about it. I wonder why that is, Nenio. Some time ago I was walking around the border of the World Wound and I met a strange person. He was wearing a frayed grey robe and his face was hidden behind an odd white mask. Of course, I didn't miss the opportunity to ask him but the reason for his absurd appearance, and do you know what he said to me? He said, "I'm the answer. What's the question?" Then he walked off in the direction of the World Wound. So this is the character that we saw when we met Nenio. There was this strange character standing off in the distance who said something about, I guess, no answer is also an answer, or something like that. The next day, after I had already forgotten about the first encounter, I had another similar encounter. This time, I met an elven woman. Judging by the pointy ears sticking out from behind the mask, "I'm the answer. What's the question?" she said, before taking off towards the World Wound. Then I realized everything became clear to me. I know a mystery when I see one. Consider this one of my myriad talents. After all these geezers were simply on their way to a costume party, were they? After examining several maps, I determined that they were all heading in one direction, to a place not far from Kenabres, a place which is marked as nameless ruins, even on ancient Sarkorian maps. That's where I need to go. Unraveling the secret of that place will be my greatest discovery. It will secure my place in history, perhaps even in legend. What do you expect to find there? I haven't the slightest idea. And even if I knew what was hidden there, I wouldn't be so eager to go. These ruins aren't very far from Kenabres. You could go there by yourself. Why do you need me? Don't you see? This is a legendary secret place. Who knows what may happen to me after I lift the veil and uncover the workings of the universe? My mortal body may be unable to contain all that knowledge, and perhaps I will ascend and become equal to the gods themselves. Yes, I'm sure that will happen. I need you to write down everything that happens, report my fate to the interested parties in Absalom. Don't forget to praise me, as I deserve, while you're there. How do you know where we have to go? Do you know how to find the beehive in a forest? You need to catch 2 bees, set them free, 2 different locations in the forest. Remember the directions they fly in. Then you take a map, draw lines, showing the bees' routes. The place where the lines intersect will mark the location of the beehive. Fascinating, yes? By the way, forest bees don't make any honey. I used the beehive principle here too. For a couple of months I tracked the strange people in the masks and observed the direction in which they were traveling. I collected the coordinates, mapped their estimated routes, made a discovery. All the routes intersected at the nameless ruins, not far from Kenabres. You know, these ruins of yours may turn out to be just that. Ruins. Well, in that case we'll write this experiment off as a failure. Start another one. I don't know which experiment I'll try next. Okay. So, now you know, off we go. Did I just make a rhyme? Perhaps I've discovered poetic talent in myself? Let's conduct an experiment, quickly. Say any word, and I'll try to find a rhyme for it right away. Iomadai. Says the scary go away. Iomadai. Then, yeah, that might work. If you play, you need to pay. Every shade of color gray. Not the best rhymes, don't you think? Well, this experiment was unsuccessful. We learned that I have no poetic talent at all. It's no reason to despair. Having a gift of poetry in addition to my inexhaustible intelligence would have been a little too much. Besides, I'm catastrophically busy and have no time to spend on writing poetry. I don't like it when you call me boy. My name is Cauldar. On a grand scale of world history, your name is irrelevant. I have no reason to remember it. Well, that might change when I win this crusade and close the world wound. Let's be ambitious. You see, the brain of any given individual can contain only a limited amount of facts. I only expend my memory on things that are truly important. The laws of thermodynamics, divine esoterica, planar geography, things that will lead Golarion to a brighter future. Besides, what if I make a great discovery and I won't be able to remember it because my memory is full of outdated and useful information? What a nightmare that would be. What a loss for the whole of Golarion. You do remember your own name, right? Only so I know what to put for author's name in my encyclopedia. Are there any names worth remembering? There are. To my deepest regret, there are too many of them. The names of gods and demigods. The names of rulers, conquerors, and other persons by some reason deemed great by the people of Golarion. They etched their names in history, and alas, every self-respecting educated person must know them. But there are some names I'm happy to remember. Great scientists, some of them divine, others mortal, true keepers of knowledge, great experimentalists, pioneers of knowledge. Irori, Netis, Aureli Vorlesh. That's a dangerous thing to say here. Didn't expect you to mention Aureli Vorlesh, interesting. You think so too? She is the greatest of the greatest. Just imagine, she managed to open a rift from Golarion to the Abyss. No one knew how. No one believed it possible, no one even dreamed of such a thing, and she just did it. It was the experiment of the century. Would have been so happy if I could have been in her place. You would also have been very dead now. Of course, some part of Golarion's population died as a result of her experiment, and the Crusades are still wrestling with its consequences to this day. But the very essence of what Aurelu managed to do was a breakthrough of cosmic significance, both figuratively and literally. Sooner or later the world wound will be closed, peace will return to Golarion. As for the victims of the ongoing war, they'll be remembered as unfortunate but unavoidable sacrifices made at the altar of science. I'm gonna regret asking this, but tell me about yourself. I'm an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the Encyclopedia Golarionianica, and rector of all of Absalon's universities at once, future rector I should say. That information should be enough to satisfy your curiosity, because I doubt I will be able to tell you more than that. Where are you from? That information is irrelevant. I decided to forget it. Why or how did you become a scientist? That information is irrelevant. I decided to forget it. You have a circle tattooed on your shoulder. What does it mean? Oh, that. I don't remember the circumstances of its creation, but I like it. I prefer to think of it as a zero, null, nothing, a center point, an origin of coordinates. Reminds me of how much of the unknown, the world there is to explore. You don't remember how you got this tattoo? That information is irrelevant. How can you just decide to forget important pieces of information? This is just one of my many talents. The secret is to stop thinking about the things you want to forget, and the main thing is not to remember anything you don't need, to filter it, to get right to the essence. I'll teach you someday, unless I forget. What's this encyclopedia you're working on? The Encyclopedia Goularianica will be published in 100 volumes, 1,000 pages each, plus the author's addenda, appendices added by future co-authors and critical commentaries. Addenda indexation is still in question. I just like the number 100. I'm not sure I'll be able to keep within the established word limit. It will be a magistral piece of scholarship that will become a part of a mandatory curriculum at every educational institution worth mentioning, of which you are the mentor or the rector. In it, I intend to describe every object, item, event, fact, and personality that is present on or at least somehow related to Golarion. Why would you do that? How is that relevant and my name is not? My calculations show that I have completed no more than 1% of this monumental book. Do you remember your parents, your past, or is that all irrelevant too? All of it is irrelevant on the grand scale of the world history. I have no reason to remember such things. I admire the capabilities of your memory. Yeah, that's gonna go over well. Alright, let's stop asking questions. This conversation lasted approximately 5 minutes. By the way, did you know that it is the exact same amount of time the Inquisitors of Kenabres need to find the defendant guilty? But to shake off Inquisitors chasing you takes 5 times as long. That experiment proved that running while clad in heavy armor is not burdensome for them at all. So what I want to do next is return to the market square where we got our ass kicked pretty much, and clear that out. Okay, let's see if we can find stuff that we forgot before. There is something over here. The disfigured corpses are laid out in a neat pattern in preparation for an unknown ritual.
March on.
That does not bode well. Well, we can get to here, but there is nothing left to grab. Okay. In that case, this is the area exit, so let's take a look at this graveyard. On the way here, I had a random encounter. That's why Cauldar is a bit wounded. Let's do another lore religion check.
I think I did it.
The dug up graves and other clues indicate that a necromancer has recently conducted a ritual here. Okay.
Onwards.
We kind of met that necromancer.
Let us be off.
Wasn't a very pleasant experience, to be honest. There is nothing left on the graveyard, though. Pick lock. With a lockpick, it will be 90%. Let's see.
I am helpful, am I not?
Let's move.
We cannot continue any further that way either. We can in this way though. There's another area exit.
Follow me.
This might be... Whoa.
Save the last one for me.
Well, did they jump up in the middle of us? Hey, Ghoul. Did you consider that you're gonna get shot?
You won't survive me.
Woljiv.
We won't.
My friend. Oh, it's actually Cauldar turn. Now it's Woljiv's turn. Let's do this one.
Why not both?
It fell down again into the rift where it came from.
The spirits demand your blood!
Let's go, Camellia.
I'll hit you!
Yep, Ember in close range. Sela.
To the fray!
Ooh, that was a miss. That's unfortunate. Can't have everything.
Endure this.
That's one. And let's try and kill this one. Nope, not yet. Let's do it with Woljiv. There we go. What is in the back here? Lore nature. Let's see if we have that.
You appreciate this.
These corpses were gnawed to the bone by ghouls, whose teeth were the likely cause of death. Oh boy. We need mobility 19 to cross that gap. That's gonna be great.
The heartbeat quickens.
But first, there is more combat. Who's this? Cultist Evoker.
Time to share your treasures.
Get ready to be stabbed. There we go. That's one less Invoker. Barbarian and a Wizard. Alright, let's try and take out that Wizard. How about we move into combat? If it casts a spell, it's gonna get whacked. There is another one. It's not a barbarian, okay. Lan, who are you gonna shoot?
Make every strike count.
The wizard,
Did
apparently.
you see that?
And then the barbarian. Great, great, Lan. That is amazing.
You won't stop us.
That's a good hit.
Yeah.
And
Cover me, all right?
there goes another one. Doom, doom, doom. Another one bites the dust. I mean, even in Galarian, Queen must have been
Am I not?
famous, right? Like, Freddy was well known all over, so let's get into this house and get into trouble. No trouble yet. Sure, that will change once we
I found something.
Yep, we found something, all right. Where does it go? Disarm the strap.
I am helpful, am I not?
There we go. We found a journal about an experiment. Oh, it's probably something that Nenio left here, I guess, or is going to be extremely happy with. There is another box. At least there's oh well, maybe in the basement. I was gonna say at least there's no blood on the walls and everything, but that might actually change right here. These fighters must have been caught off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that is slowly melting. Which makes me think that this is quite recent.
March on.
Is there something that we can see? Let's clear this debris.
They will break against our resolve.
Okay, what did appear? A dredge. Okay, that's not the biggest issue.
The light take you.
Yeah, dredges are not gonna be gigantic issues.
We draw the first blood.
However, I'm wondering what exactly... Shadow Demon.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
So I'm curious, is that gonna keep happening? Oh, there is another dredge there.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Alright.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Yeah, it does seem like that is continually happening.
You won't survive me.
You are today's sacrifice.
Okay, so I'm going to leave this for now. Maybe we'll come back to this at some later stage.
Onwards.
Maybe when we're a bit higher level, that might help us. Or we could go XP farming. And get some level ups. These people were not killed by demons, their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. What is this? Something we can adopt. What is that, a cat? Or what did we just adopt? A tiger. Summons a pet cat. Okay. It's a bit strange.
Let us be off.
What is this? This looks to be a mansion of some kind. Hear me, take heed. The hordes of the Abyss march on Kenabres. The Wardstone is their target. They must not be allowed to capture it. The consequences will be disastrous. Yes, that part is clear. A Temple of Desna. Okay, let's see if this is a safe place. Or not. Let's collect some books. An altar of Desna, goddess of luck, patron deity of travelers and dreamers. Okay, so I'm guessing this would be a safe area to rest if we need it.
I tire of waiting.
What I do need is a little bit of healing. There we go. Something is going on. Question is, was that friend or foe? Who is this? Count Arendae's servant. Thank the gods, I found someone who isn't fleeing in panic. Are you crusaders, mercenaries? The comely half-elf is so frightened he can barely get the words out. I'm a servant of Count Darian Cal Nevis Arendae. My lord's mansion is under attack by demons. The master himself and all his guests are trapped inside, and the house guards are nowhere to be found. Managed to escape through a servant's passage to look for help. Will you help me? The mansion is only a stone's throw away on the next street over. Count Arendae. I've seen him a few times before. From afar, he looked highly audacious. I confess that he did capture my attention, but that's neither here nor there. We should help him. The gratitude of the rich and influential man can only benefit us. You've heard about the Arendae family before. This wealthy and noble Mendavian dynasty was almost wiped out by demons more than 10 years ago. The last surviving member of the family, the young Count Darian, has an infamous reputation. He is well known for being a rake and a rogue. Misfortune continues to dog the house of Arendae, I see. You're telling me. Everyone tried to talk me out of taking up the position, saying that it's gonna have just been bad luck that brought tragedy down on the family. Almost killed off the line, but I reasoned that since my master was the only one to survive that calamity, that meant he must be blessed by fate and the powers of good. The pay was nothing to sniff at either. I should have listened to the people smarter than me and gone to work somewhere else, preferably far away from Kenabres. So tell me about what happened. I'll tell you what I can. I was working from dusk till dawn and back to dusk again, serving guests at the Count's banquet. When the other servants came to relieve me at my post, I went to sleep. Next thing I know, I wake up and there's demons inside the mansion. Couldn't even reach the Count. The monsters had blocked the way. The Count's banquet was still going on. He and his guests were in a great hall. As far as I could tell, the door to the room was sealed and the demons couldn't get in. I'm begging you, hurry. The mansion's doors are sturdily built, but the demons will have to work hard to get past them, so you still have time to rescue the people inside. What will I get when I help this Count of yours? Demanding a reward for fighting demons, Cauldar? That is dishonorable and foolish too, since demons are the enemy of each and every one of us. Today we selflessly help someone to trash the demons, tomorrow someone else will help us. Yeah, I think Sela's a bit bitter because I gave her like a bit of a lawful attitude in the previous episode. If we were talking about a humble working man or a soldier, I'd be the first to say we ought to help, because it's the right thing to do. Some filthy rich aristocrat with a mansion. If he wants our services, he can pay for them. Trying to imagine how the cave tribes could have survived if we had a small group of freeloaders sitting pretty on their inherited wealth, doing nothing while the rest of us starved. I'm sure the Count will reward you handsomely for any rescue. Alright, I'll help. Where is your master's house? It's not far at all. You're better off entering from the next street over. Through the passage I used to get out. Help, I'm begging you. I hate to think what the Count will do to me if I don't bring back help. I'm assuming we're going to Oh, that is the area exit. That is not where we need to be. Judging by the size of the bloodstain, the body of something truly enormous was dragged over these stones. Tarandalev, most likely. Oh, great. A rift in the earth left by the Scari's massive sight. You and your companions fell through here during the attack. Oh, this is the place.
Might be trap, might be treasure.
I'm guessing it's treasure. Oh, it's lockpicks. Okay, that's welcome, because they're freaking expensive. There is a neophyte cleric, which Lan is going to take care of.
Endure this.
Save the last one for me.
But dang. Let's walk a bit closer, see what we're dealing with here. Cultist, cleric, fighter, and a dredge. Okay. Ember, why don't you shoot the cleric?
Surrender or else.
Yeah. There is that freaking cause fear again. Alright, Dredge is going after Woljif. Sila. Let's just try and kill this guy. There we go.
Go for their hearts.
That's a good hit. I still want to kill that cleric though.
Too late for apologies.
Or not. Let's see. Cauldar, why don't you move in? Oh, okay. Well, that went better than I thought.
Make every strike count.
Let's see.
Distraction for me.
Woljif. Try and kill it. Okay, that went quite well.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Camellia, let's just stay here. Ember, if you can reach this creature.
I'll hit you.
Nope. Cauldar can't hit either. Lan, can you reach him?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yes, he can. Okay. We can grab loot. We can loot bodies. Let's see, it's hard to believe that this place recently held a bustling and festive market. Yeah. What is that? Let's try and grab that. Midnight Bolt. The owner of this bolt can shoot it to deal 50 points of damage that cannot be ignored or reduced. This bolt cannot miss. What? Okay. I'm assuming the party house is up here. Was that mentioned somewhere? Into the house. I would say that makes sense. can hear some fighting going on. No, there might be. Watch it, what are you goons doing? You'll bloody crush me. A young tiefling lies trapped in a collapsed section of tunnel. Another two tieflings scramble around, trying in vain to free him from the rubble. Quit whining. Hey, alarm, someone's coming. Maybe he will help us? Wise up, would you, before you get us killed? Let's make a run for it while we still can. No, come on, don't leave me. I'll die here. Hey guys. See you're in a bit of a jam. Get a load of this lot. No escort neither. Woljif, you little shit. How, you're not dead yet? Who's that with you? They're, friends of mine. Great guys. Listen, do me a solid. Help them drag this sorry carcass free. They'll repay you, cross my heart. Let's try an athletics check. We failed, great. Clearing the rubble proves a bigger challenge than expected. By the time you finally free the trapped tiefling, you are ready to collapse with fatigue. Yeah, we rolled a 6 instead of an 8. Phew, I'm alive and all in one piece, give or take, thank you. I'll remember your kindness for the rest of my life. You two clowns, I don't want to hear a word out of you. Get into the tunnel now. One trip, just to the Grey Garrison and back. Don't be a coward, it's not going to collapse. Go, or else we came all this way for nothing. That ended well, didn't it? Wish, not now, talk later. You're sounding very suspicious to me, fellas. Come clean, who are you? Alright, don't hurt us. People call us the Tieflings. We, kinda skirt around the edges of the law. That's how we make our living. Say some tyrant bans books that show stuff he don't like. Or fancy Keonan wine he don't drink. Is it wrong if we step in to fill the gap in the market? If there's demand for it, someone's gotta sell it. Don't go thinking we're gangsters or anything. Our only concern is making the lives of citizens easier. For a little coin. People in the city can't even breathe without breaking some stupid regulation or restriction. Take this tunnel that collapsed on top of our friend, for instance. It leads straight to the Grey Garrison. Thanks to it, any soldier whose throat feeling a little dry, and who's needing some nighttime reading material, we can get all the things for him that this heartless superiors refuse to. We're providing a public service. I helped you, now you can help me, and Commander Tirabate, to save Kenabres. The militia needs people with various skills, even ones as unusual as yours. You what? Are you blind or something? Know what people call us? Aurelius Spawn. That's one of the nicer nicknames. Crusaders and Tieflings don't mix. We'll be torched on sight. Whoa, Tirabate? Erebet Tirabate from the Eagle Watch? Lads, we have to help her. She's one of the only big shots in this town that actually treats us with any decency. Why should we risk our necks for the Crusaders? Because Erebet risked her neck for ours. She saved me from that creep Holren, yanked me straight out of his torture chamber. Only a wordless Turak would refuse to help her after that. Nah, not listening to any more of this. You do what you want, I'm heading for the River Kingdoms. Yes, that is the place to be. Don't cross King Blackforge, because he will put you in his dungeon too. Go on then, I'm going with the Crusaders. I'm going to round up the others to help. We made some good money in the city. Be ashamed to surrender our meal ticket to the demons. But enough yammering, so long. Okay, Tieflings have joined the Crusaders. Okay, that's great. So, we needed to find allies. Well, we did. This is the end of the map, apparently. Okay. Ooh, there's some more demons.
Can we retreat already?
Ah, that's a pity. Let's remain in place for a moment.
You won't survive me.
And
You
Ember.
won't stop us.
There we go. And Cauldar still cannot attack for some reason. Let's stay in place then. Okay, that failed. Good thing. Woljif, you also still cannot make a move. Or, well, you can make a move, you just cannot attack for some reason.
Time to share your treasures!
Oh, he did attack. That's odd.
I'll cut you wide open.
Sela.
Into the fray.
Alright, that's one down. This is a courageous fella.
Endure this!
Surrender or else.
Why is this constantly jumping around the screen? That's a bit annoying, to be honest.
We won't falter!
Not quite sure what's causing that.
Cover me, alright?
Alright, so that did not give us loot. We have a statue here. Despite all the city's troubles, the statue of Iomadai towers proudly over the street. Okay. That is the Grey Garrison. We are gonna need a mobility check there. Is that what's gonna lead us to...
This is my kind of work.
to where exactly? Okay, not exactly where we need to go. Where is that house? Oh, actually, that house is probably not in this location. That is, it's probably on the bigger map, on the city map, I would assume. That actually makes sense. There's a cleric again. Let's move into contact with him. Of course, we did not see the others there. Oh well.
Too late for apologies.
Shoot the wizards. That is the game of the day. Alright, Woljif.
The spirits demand your blood.
Ooh, a critical. Nice. Lon. The game is still shoot
Make
the
every
wizards.
strike count.
Yep. That's a pity. Let's get Sela in here. Let's see. That missed. I don't.
Strike with all your might!
I don't mind. I think we we separated an arm there. That's impressive. Let's move into combat with this. Oof. We might need a heal as well. I completely forgot I was in combat already.
I'll hit you.
Whoa! Okay, that was a big hit.
This'll leave a bruise.
That was an extremely big hit. We need to take down this this sheer whatever it is. Camellia, how about you do this?
You are today's sacrifice.
That's unfortunate. Let's see. We have some positive healing here. How about we move? Can we move far enough to heal everyone? Yes, but it's not really worth it actually. Let's see. If you're gonna cast, I'm assuming that's gonna cause an attack of opportunity. Okay, Sela, how about you drink a potion? Maybe another one. Alright. Cauldar. Okay, yes, so he casted and got killed.
We can do it!
We moved into combat. I think I can still smite evil. Let's smite this thing.
You won't stop us.
That's another miss. That luckily missed. And missed as well, okay. Let's see. Woljif.
Distract them from me.
Yes, went down. Nice one, Woljif. Camellia, take care of the fighter. Or at least do a little bit of damage. He's probably gonna die if he shoots, I would hope.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
He didn't die. Okay, that's a pity.
The light. Take you.
But he did die now. Let's grab all that stuff once again.
Tired.
We are tired, yes.
March on. We cannot be defeated.
Oh, there is another one of those big ones. Oh, two of them even, damn. Right. Woljif. You cannot reach. Let's just move a little bit closer. All enemies. Okay, let's... Oh, we cannot do this yet. Okay. Camellia, you cannot reach anyone either. Let's drink a potion with Cauldar. Ember.
Surrender or else.
Let's kill the evoker, or attempt to do so. Sela. Let's move up to the front. And Lan, let's have you kill the
won't
evoker.
survive me.
Just sit here. Don't worry about me.
Oh, that's the end of Sela. Okay, great. So, let's attack
Time to
this
share your treasures.
shear. It would have been better if that was a hit. This is gonna attack... No attack of opportunity there. Okay, that's surprising. That is very surprising. Alright, let's move in a little bit closer. Yeah, these sheer are super dangerous. That was lucky.
Endure this.
Let's attack that one, try and kill one of them
Cover me, all right?
as soon as possible. Nope, that didn't do it. Camellia, you are gonna need a potion too, I would say. Cure light wounds, cure moderate wounds. Yeah, it's probably not gonna save you, I would think. Although it might. It might. Let's see. Cauldar, can you just get rid of this guy? Almost.
I'll hit you.
Yep. Ember is not being particularly effective here.
Make every strike count.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Alright, that was a good one, Woljif. Yes, yes, yes. Now we're talking. Let's turn this on.
Spirits demand your blood.
Do a little bit of damage here.
We won't falter.
Oh, critical hit, nice. Let's see, Ember, do you have a spell that might be more useful? Vulnerability curse, how about we try that? One enemy creature within medium range, how about we try this? The saving throw succeeded, that's a pity.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
2 misses, that's a pity as well.
Distract them for me.
That is good, that sneak attack is gonna be really valuable. I would actually love to move out of the way here, but that is very dangerous. Although, can we take a 5-foot step? No, we cannot.
You are today's sacrifice.
That was a miss. Can we take a 5-foot step now? No. Yeah, I mean, if it misses, it misses.
So this is how it feels.
It didn't, but I mean, the next attack was gonna target Camellia anyway, so...
Strike with all your might.
Oh, I was actually still in combat there. Damn it, I thought he was down. But he was not.
You won't stop us.
That is a good hit. Lon, do some more damage, please. Nope. It's not happening for
Time
long.
to share your treasures.
What do we need? 17. Yeah, we should be hitting that at some point. I'm gonna need another potion here.
We can do it.
That's a good amount of damage.
Surrender or else.
Nope. Lon,
Endure this.
why is it so hard for Lon to attack this guy? Okay, so we rolled a 16, we need a 17. Right.
Cover me, all right?
Okay, good. Finally. Let's do another potion.
Forwards!
And then whack this guy. Okay, Ember, you can take him down.
Apologies.
Nope. Lon.
Make every strike count.
Finally. Finally. Alright. Okay, I think I'm gonna need to make another cut here. We're gonna have to rest up or heal up or something. But we're probably about an hour into an episode, if not way more already. So thanks a lot for watching. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along. And I will see you in a new episode.